All right, and another thought that's up there. Dual classing was an AD&D thing. It does not exist in any of these retro clones. I do see these characters listed in Dragon Slayer, but I don't remember exactly if there's any rules in there for dual classing. But they're easy to make up. You just copy the AD&D rules or simplify it. But I had a situation. A player's been playing a ranger, but he's been end up being the main tank, and he's come to the realization that rangers aren't main tanks. And I hate using that phrase, but when you have 3 players and no one's playing a purebred fighter, you're going to have to change your approach. And he's wanting to become a fighter. He was recently level drained, and I'm thinking about allowing him, because he asked, abandoning his ranger class and becoming a fighter to wear plate. Now I do have the plot devised to make it work. He was level drained. He's lost his connection with nature. So simply just marking ranger off on his sheet, has the same hit points, and he starts wearing plate mail, makes sense to me. They're familiar with it, but it interferes with their stealthing abilities, and he's just lost his connection to nature. So going forward, he would simply be a dude who's gaining notoriety as a fighter. Disgraced Paladin does the same thing, but I do an extra thing where I give fighter options to fighters every 2 levels, and rangers and paladins get them every 3. So that would be the only mechanical shift that's hard to explain. But I don't think it's just something we hand wave. I'm just hand waving that. I'm hand waving it. So I'm going to allow rangers and paladins to abandon their path and become regular fighters. I need to really think about dual classing in my old school Essentials game, but the rules will just be copied from AD&D. There's not really need for it. There's no sheet that really supports it unless you put it custom. But yeah. Yeah, that's the only other ruling I made here recently. Yeah, sure. Do it. He hasn't pulled the trigger. Hasn't come back to me on that. So I'm curious what the fighter option would be, because I allow people to talk about them. I'm not allowing the multiple attack one anymore. It changes the flow of the game, and it makes it that 3E, 4E mindset where it's a battle map. It's a battle map mentality, and they won't get around it. So you gotta take it away, or they'll just keep using it. And it really should be in the range of a +1 or up to a plus. Maybe if you don't attack, I'd allow +4 to AC. So those fighter options, tactics from Castles and Crusades could be inspiration for fighter options. Same way as any feat could be from other editions could be an option that could be adapted to BX level, power level, and stuff like that. You got one guy who sings and does a 5-round bless. He does it 3 times a day, and that's a 1 fighter option. And makes him like a fighter bard for dwarves. I dig it. Have a good day. But yeah, I could do a whole thing on fighter options, and I think I will. We're going to crank out a little bit of editing and do some uploads, and then get back to playing my grandson. Later, guys.